walked into the room and nobody looked up. Not because they were cruel, just because they didn't see you. Not really. You've felt this before. Maybe tonight. Maybe every night for years. That quiet ache of being present and unseen at the same time. There's a reason for that feeling, and it's not what you think. You speak, and you soften your voice halfway through the sentence, because some part of you already expects no one to be listening. You leave a group chat on read for hours, not because you're busy, but because you're quietly checking if anyone would notice if you never replied at all. You remember exact words people said to you 5 years ago, word for word, while they don't remember the conversation ever happened. You've perfected the art of leaving a party without saying goodbye, because some part of you believes the goodbye wouldn't matter anyway. You've sat across from someone you love, mid-conversation, and felt a strange, cold thought pass through you. Would they notice if I disappeared right now? Not because you want to disappear, just because you're not sure anyone would clock the difference. If this sounds like you, keep watching, because what I'm about to explain will make more sense than anything anyone has told you before. There's a name for this. Psychologists call it emotional invisibility. It's not about how many people are around you. It's about whether your inner world has ever been truly witnessed. Here's the simple version. As a child, every person needs something called mirroring. That just means someone looks at you, really looks, and reflects your feelings back so you know they're real. You cry, and someone says, I see that you're sad. You're excited, and someone gets excited with you. That mirroring teaches your nervous system one simple fact. I exist, and my existence matters to someone. But some people didn't get that, not because they weren't loved. Sometimes they were loved deeply, but love and attention are not the same thing. And when the mirroring doesn't happen enough, something quiet breaks. Not loud, not all at once. You just slowly stop expecting to be seen. And you carry that expectation, or that lack of it, into every room you'll ever walk into for the rest of your life. But there's a reason this happens. And once you see the reason, you'll never be able to unsee it. Imagine you're 6 years old. You're standing in the kitchen doorway. Dinner's being made. There's noise, there's movement, there's life happening. You have something to say, something small, a drawing you made, a thought about a bug you found, a feeling that scared you at school. You say it once, no one turns around. You say it again, a little louder. Someone says, not now, okay? Not unkindly, just busy, just distracted, just human. So you go quiet. You sit at the edge of the room instead of the middle. You start noticing things before anyone asks you to. You start reading the room like it's your job, because in a strange way, it became your job. Maybe it wasn't dinner. Maybe it was a parent carrying something heavy of their own. Stress, sadness, a marriage falling apart quietly behind closed doors. Maybe there was another sibling who needed more. Maybe you were the easy one, and easy somehow became invisible. So you adapted. You became independent early. You stopped asking for help before anyone told you to. You learned to comfort yourself, because waiting for comfort felt like waiting for something that wasn't coming. You got good at being fine. So good that eventually, even here's what this costs you now. You apologize for taking up space in conversations, even when you were invited into them. You stay in relationships that feel like background noise, because a small, quiet part of you believes background noise is what you deserve. You achieve things, real things people are proud of, and still feel a strange emptiness when you cross the finish line, because the applause was never really the thing you were missing. Being known was. You've mastered the art of being low maintenance, easy to please, easy to forget. This is why relationships feel exhausting for you. Not because you ask for too much, but because you've trained yourself to ask for nothing and then quietly resent the people who never noticed you needed something. This is why success doesn't feel like success. You built a life loud enough for others to see, but nobody ever saw the 6-year-old still standing in the doorway. You can be in a room full of people who like you and still feel 1,000 miles away from every single one of them. But there's one cost most people never see, and it's the one that hurts the most. The deepest cost isn't loneliness. It's this. You've stopped being witnessed by others so long ago that you slowly stopped witnessing yourself. You forgot how to notice your own feelings before deciding whether they're allowed. You check if a feeling is reasonable before you let yourself have it. You've become a stranger to your own inner life because the first person who was supposed to study your face, your voice, your small joys and small griefs was distracted or tired or fighting battles of their own. And so you learned to disappear from yourself before anyone else even had the chance to overlook you. You're not invisible because you're forgettable. You're invisible because somewhere a long time ago, you decided it was safer to go unseen than to be seen and dismissed. That was true once. It kept a small child safe. It is not true anymore. You're not broken. You're not too much, and you were never too little. Here's what nobody tells you. The moment you name this, really name it, something shifts. Not loudly, not overnight, but one day you'll be mid-sentence, softening your voice out of habit, and you'll catch it. You'll feel the old instinct rise, the one that says, shrink, go quiet, don't take up space. And for the first time, there will be a small gap, a pause between the feeling and the reflex. That gap is new. That gap didn't exist before. And in that gap, something in you gets to choose differently. You'll start speaking the full sentence instead of trailing off. You'll let someone finish looking at you instead of looking away first. You'll say the true thing instead of the easy thing. Not because you fixed yourself. You were never broken to begin with, but because you finally saw the pattern clearly enough to no longer be run by it. And slowly, so slowly, you might not notice at first, you'll start becoming the one person who was always supposed to see you, yourself. You walked into the room, and maybe no one looked up, but you're here now, being seen by someone, even just for these few minutes, who understands exactly what that doorway felt like. What would it feel like to stop disappearing just once? If this video found you tonight, it wasn't an accident. Take a breath. And if you want more of this, you already know where to find it. You were never invisible. You just learned a long time ago to turn the lights off before anyone else could. It might be time to turn them back on.